Hello, everybody. It is the 22nd, one night before Season 3 is to pop off for Diablo 4. We got patch notes to read through. Came out on the 19th, but I didn't read through them until, well, just now. So life's been a little bit busy, a little bit hectic, but we're going to stay on top of the patch changes here. 1.3.0. Let's see what we got here. So for class updates for this patch, it's important to us that when a player chooses to fully invest in a skill, the payoff is immense. In pursuit of this goal, several of our new unique, and legendary items are targeting skills that have yet to reach their full potential. We're excited to see what players accomplish with our new unique items for Barbarian's Rend, Druid Lightning Storm, and Sork's Meteor. That'll be a lot of fun, actually. We'll see what comes with that. We're also targeting some pressing issues for each class. Necromancers with Cult Leader should see their minions strike a bit harder. That's nice. Barbarian shouldn't feel that 3 shouts are a requirement for their success. And Sork's applying vulnerability with Lightning Spear should now open up new build opportunities. That's actually really important. There are also some class updates to items and skills that are underperforming, such as Rogue's ranged unique items, Windforce, and the Necromancer's Golem. So, without further ado, let's just get on into it. All right, so we got some new unique gloves, Pain Gorger's Gauntlets. Let's see what this bad boy's all about. Unique gloves, damaging enemies with a cast non-basic skill marks them for 3 seconds. When a basic skill first hits a marked enemy, the basic skill's damage is echoed to all marked enemies, dealing 100 to 200% increased damage, multiplicative. I mean, basic skill damage, man. All right. Like, you could add another digit on here, and it still wouldn't be enough. So, I don't know. Maybe some cool builds will come out of it. We'll see. I mean, I don't know everything, right? Aspect of adaptability is a utility aspect. When cast below 50% max resources, basic skills generate 3 of your primary resource once per cast. When cast at or above 50, basic skills do increase damage, not even multiplicative, so just 40 to 80%. That's not terrible. I mean, that could be kind of cool for resource regen if you're having issues with it. Maybe that could fit in somewhere. We'll have to see. Juggernaut's aspect, defensive. You gain 0.75 to 1.25 armor, but your evade has a 100% cooldown. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, cool, I guess. We'll just have to wait and see with that one. All right, item updates. Ring of the Starless Skies, the one uber unique that was complete trash. So they changed the previous, which was this, to... Wait, what? Okay. I was reading 2 things at once here. So previously, it was casting a core skill reduces resource cost of your next core skill by 12%, up to a maximum of 40%. Now, spending resources reduces your resource costs and increases your damage by a multiplicative 10% for 3 seconds, up to 40%. That's not bad. I mean, it actually that's a good change. That could be cool. Offensive aspect of the expectant. Let me learn how to read-ent. Damage bonus now has a 5-second duration when used. All right. Melted Heart of Selig. This is the one that we were kind of abusing a little bit on our Fury Barb last season. It was a lot of fun, actually. Let's see what they've done to my boy here. All stats increase to 2x normal value. Core skill damage changed to movement speed. Okay. Damage while healthy increased to 3x normal value. Unique power has been changed. Oh boy, here we go. So previously you would gain 30 max resource. In addition, when you took damage, you would drain 3 resource for every 1% of your life. So basically, as long as you were as long as you were generating your resources, you just didn't take damage. New, you gain 60 max resources. Good. And now 75% of incoming damage drains 2 resources for every 1% of life you would have lost instead. That's still good. I think it's still fine. Honestly, we're not going to have the immortal barb builds, I don't think, with this change, obviously, but it's still good. Like, it's just still a good thing. It's still fine. I think you can still come up with some cool things with Selig. Overpower. I heard that Overpower got some nerfs. Overpower attacks now gain plus 1% damage down from 2% per 1% of your base life you have in Fortify. Overpower attacks now gain 1% damage down from 2% per 1% of your base life that you have in bonus life above your base life. Okay, so that's... Overpower got nerfed. I think it'll still be useful-ish, but I feel like Season 3 is going to go back to crit at this point. I don't know. That's like half your damage, right? If I'm reading that correctly? I mean, 1% down from 2% kind of adds up. We'll see, though. May still be good. All right, so for Barbarians, what do we have here? The Ring of the Ravenous. Rin's duration is increased by 2 to 4 seconds. Damaging enemies with brawling skills applies 2 stacks of Rin's bleed. This effect can only occur once every 4 seconds per enemy. Okay. Aspect of the Sundered Ground is an offensive. Every 25 seconds, Upheaval is guaranteed to overpower and deal 10 to 20% more damage. This timer is reduced by 4 seconds when Upheaval overpowers a boss or an elite enemy. I mean, 25 seconds is a long time. Like, if that was every 15 seconds, maybe, but 25 seconds, that's a long time. I don't know. I'll just have to see. I love Upheaval. It's clunky, but it feels fun. I don't know. That's one I'll have to toy with, but 25 seconds is a long time. All right, so for skills, let's see what we got here. Charge. Oh, I've read this. Base damage increased by 900%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you guys have been keeping up with our stream, when we play Barb, we always do like a charge Upheaval build. Hey, what do we got here? Enhanced charge, terrain impact. Damage increased by 150%. Nice. Power charge no longer requires a terrain impact to reduce the cooldown of charge. And now charging a boss will reduce the cooldown by 6 seconds. So you're telling me, if I'm reading this correctly and understanding this right, we can just charge. As long as we're hitting groups of enemies and we got enough CDR, it's charge, 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 charge. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is exciting. We're playing a Barb, by the way, tomorrow, first thing. Charge Barb. Oh, I'm so excited for this change. I really am. Oh man, this right here just makes Season 3 happy for me right now. Let's see what else we got, though. We're going to keep going. Leap base damage is increased by 30%. All right, that's a buff. That's a good buff. Passives. So we got Brute Force. Overpowered damage has been decreased from 15 to 8% per rank. Ooh, that's a chunk. Walking Arsenal. I heard this got a buff. What do we got here? So the duration of each weapon's bonus has been increased from 8 to 10 seconds. Additional damage from having all bonuses has been increased by another 5%. And having all bonuses now also increases your attack speed. It's not bad, but honestly, I feel like Walking Arsenal needs to be like 15 seconds long. I'm sorry. The others are just... The other passives that you have are just better and less work kind of thing. I think Walking Arsenal still has its place, but you're too forced into a play style. I don't know. It just didn't seem as strong as like Unconstrained. Unconstrained, what do we got here? Berserking damage bonus has been increased. There you go. There you go. All right, Berserking Barbs with Unconstrained still going to be top shit probably. What we got here? Gushing Wounds. The bonus bleed amount increased from 115 to 140. Overpower explosion damage has been increased by 15% as well. Okay. Weapon expertise. Expertise leveling has been cut by 50%. Hey, cool. So no more training dummy spamming, I guess. That's fine. Paragon. What do we got here? Martial Glyph. Whoa, what do we do to Martial? Now reduces the cooldown of every non-shout skill by 4 seconds instead of every other shout skill by 1.2. That's a good change. They said earlier they wanted to get away from the shout meta. This is a good change. This could be good. I like it. We have some item updates here. Resource aspect of Echoing Fury. You now generate 6 to 10 Fury per second while any shout skill is active, instead of 2 to 4 Fury per second for each shout skill active. Cool. Again, I like this. I like this change. Offensive aspect of Limitless Rage. Damage bonus now has a 5-second duration to be used. Veterans Brawlers offensive aspect reduces bonus damage per stack 15 to 20, 6 to 8 to a reduced maximum bonus of 225 to 300. Ooh, not bad. Could be neat. Offensive aspect of Ancestral Charge. Oh boy. They reduced the damage bonus from 75, 125 to 20 to 30. Okay, so the charge got a 900% increase in damage. This is kind of keeping it in line, okay, a little bit. We'll see. I still think it's going to be really strong, but yeah, that would make it even more. Offensive aspect of Encroaching Wrath. Oh, what do we got here? Because if you guys, we have a YouTube video up actually of one-shot barb, and it's not a Hoda barb, but this was pre-Hoda build coming into the forefront with Deathblow. We used Encroaching Wrath and Ring of Red Fury, actually. Reduce the bonus weapon mastery damage from 82 to 100 to 40 to 60. Damage bonus now has a 5-second duration to be used. Oh. Also with Ring of Red Fury. Oh, man. Well, it can happen on the fly, but you can no longer lock and load and go one-shot a world boss, boys and girls. That time has come. I'm sure there'll be more down the line, but yeah, we're one-shotting the world. Duriels, world bosses, Echo of Lilith, like all this stuff was getting one-shot with Deathblow. It was glorious. Okay, anyway, moving on from Barb, let's go to Druid. Druid. New weapons, Unsung Ascetics Wraps. Lightning Storm gains 1 additional strike each time it grows. Lightning Storm Critical Strike causes lightning to strike twice, dealing 10 to 20% increased damage. Neat. I did read a lot of, some of the people in our Discord was talking about going Lightning Storm Druid, so I'm kind of excited to see how this pans out. Virulent Aspect. Utility. When rabies infects an enemy, it reduces its cooldown by 0.3 to 0.6 seconds. This cooldown reduction is tripled when infecting elites. Cool. Messing with some other skills here. Enhanced Rabies skill has been increased 30 to 60%. Lacerate, cooldown reduced by 10 seconds. Cool. Prime Lacerate, changed functionality. Lacerate hits heal for 3% max life, increased to 6% on crit. Cool. Cataclysm. More lightning stuff. Been increased. Increase in damage. Double with Twister and 20... whatever. It's like 18% increase here. Supreme Cataclysm. Vulnerable duration has been increased from 3 to 6 seconds. That's huge, actually. Double the amount of vulnerability time. Let's look at the passives here. We got Mending. Additional healing received increased from 5 to 6% per rank. Thick Hide. Fortify gained increased from 6.4 to 10% per rank. As if we didn't have any issues whatsoever getting max Fortify on our Druid. Now we really won't. Unrestrained. Control impairing effects duration reduced from 3 to 5% per rank. Increased benefit while over 50%. Fortify has been reduced from tripled to doubled. It's fair. Natural Fortitude. Fortify gained on shapeshifting has been increased by 0.6 per rank. Bestial Rampage required shapeshift duration reduced from 2.5 to 2. Cool. And attack speed bonus has been increased by 5%. Not bad. All right, we got some Spirit Boon changes. This is big because everyone's really setting their ways with their Spirit Boons on Druid. Prickle Skin. Thorns got a big increase, but no one cares. It's Thorns. Gift of the Stag. Maximum Spirit has been increased from 10 to 20. Avian Wrath. Critical strike damage bonus is now multiplicative instead of added. Ooh, could be neat. Paragon. What do we got? Tectonic. Bonus lucky hit chance has been increased by 5%. It's nice. Poise. Barrier increase from 5% max health to 15%. Ooh, that's a bit of a chunk barrier there. Duration increased to 6 seconds. Nice. Nice. Passive Companion. Damage bonus has been increased by 40% with wilds. Ooh. Maybe Companion Druids got some love here. We'll see. We got some item updates. Aspect of the Blurred Beast. Previously, this was the busted one. While dashing, Shred seeks out nearby poisoned enemies, instantly dealing 70 to 100% of the poison damage to them. That was previous. Now, while dashing, Shred seeks out nearby poisoned enemies and deals 20 to 40% multiplicative increased damage to them. All right. Well, I mean, wait and see. I'm not a math guy, so. Aspect of the Metamorphic Stone. Boulder Spirit cost reduced by 10. Not bad. Aspect of the Unsatiated. Spirit generation and bonus damage increased from 20 to 30% to 30 to 40%. Okay. Aspect of Retaliation. Bonus damage reduced from 20 to 40 to 20 to 30. And that's it for Druids. That was kind of quick for Druids. I like the companion change. And of course, the lightning stuff could be really neat. I'm really interested to see how that pans out. But now we got Necromancer, so let's do Necromancer. What we got here? New items. Mutilator Plate. What are you? You are Bloodlanced. And when Bloodlanced... Wait, what? You are Bloodlanced, and when Bloodlance would deal damage to you, it instead fortifies you for 1 to 2% of your max life and has a 5% chance to form a Blood Orb. Bloodlance deals 10 to 20% multiplicative increased damage. All right. Could be cool. I've never made a Blood Necromancer, so I have no idea how that's going to work. Could be neat. What is this? Shattered Spirits Aspect. Offensive. Casting Bone Spirit also launches 18 bone splinters in all directions, dealing 200 to 400% multiplicative increased damage and generating 6. What? That could be big. Oh my God. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and math this out, but that seems huge. Wow, this is one to think about. Seriously. If you play a Necromancer like this is something to think about. This could be big. Huh. I'm going to have to keep my eye on these Bone Spirit builds coming out in Season 3. That's neat. That's real neat. All right, skills. Iron Maiden. Damage has been increased from 0.2 to 0.3. Horde Iron Maiden. Bonus damage increased 20 to 30%. Okay. Corpse Explosion. Lucky hit chance has been reduced by a chunk. Oh my God, nearly half. Base damage has been increased from 50 to 70%. Blighted Corpse Explosion damage decreased by a chunk. Oh. Okay. Blight damage over time has been increased 80 to 95%. Sever. Initial damage increase. So it's just some buffs overall, but Corpse Explosion, at least Blighted Corpse Explosion got dropped a little bit. I mean, the base damage got increased, so, you know, maybe not everyone will go Blighted Corpse Explosion now. Bone Spirit. Let's see here. What else do they do here? Damage is increased by 4% per essence spent casting Bone Spirit, up from 3%. They really want to push people towards that Bone Spirit trying, huh? Dreadful Bone Spirit now restores 30% of your max essence instead of a flat 30. That's nice. Acolytes Decompose. Previously, you and your minions dealt 10% multiplicative increased damage to enemies being decomposed. Now, every 1.5 seconds, Decompose makes enemies vulnerable. Ooh. That's kind of nice. That's really nice. Initiates Decompose. Previously, it slowed enemies by 50%. Now it slows enemies by 50%. And if you channel Decompose for at least 1.5 seconds, you gain movement speed 30% for 5 seconds after ending the channel. It's not bad. So they really want to push people to trying out other basic abilities here. Dreadful Blood Mist. Previously, a Blood Mist fortifies you for 0.5% of your max life each time it hits an enemy. Now you gain 10% crit strike chance for 4 seconds after Blood Mist ends. More crit. Let's see. Bone Prison. Friendly players and minions can now freely pass through Bone Prison walls. La-di-da, it's about time. That was so annoying. Played with a few Necromancers. Really liked them as a person, but their Necromancers can burn. Ones that use Bone Prison get you stuck. You have to like waste your evade to get through it. That's good. Good change. Functionality of Enhanced Bone Prison and Ghastly Bone Prison has been swapped. Okay. Enhanced Bone Prison. Enemies inside of Bone Prison are vulnerable. Excuse the yawn. That's good though. Ghastly Bone Prison. If an enemy is trapped in a bone prison, gain 25 essence plus an additional 5 per enemy trapped. Dreadful Bone Prison. Previously would fortify you for 8% of your life. Now it reduces your active cooldowns by 0.5 seconds for each enemy trapped up to 3. Huh. That's kind of neat. Ossified Essence now displays the current bonus on the tooltip. Okay, cool. Book of the Dead. What do we got here? So the Golem. When Golems finish casting their active ability, they will first try to target a new close enemy before reverting to their previous target. Okay. Blood Golem and Iron Golem basic attacks now hit enemies in an area. Okay, so it was like the Bone Golem did before. So they have AoE attacks. That's good. Bone Golem active ability now grants the Golem Thorns equal to 70% of your armor for the duration of the taunts. I wish Thorns was good. It's decent. I just wish it was, good. Bone Mage upgrade now fortifies based on the maximum life, base life. That's good. Skeleton Priest healing has been increased from 25% to 40% over the 8-second duration. It should be like 60%, honestly. I don't know. Paragon Cult Leader. What did they do here? So your minions deal 15% multiplicative increased damage for each minion type you have active. Now, your minions will deal 10% multiplicative increased damage for each 20% of attack speed bonus that they have. Oh boy. What is that one key passive where if you don't get hit, they gain like crazy attack speed or something? This could be neat. We'll see. We'll try a minion build this season 3. We'll do it. Again, Golem. Additional bonus changes from 25% health, 25% damage. That's good because they didn't need it. They didn't have any survivability issues. But damage, whew. All right, item updates. Aspect of the Swelling Curse. Previously, Bone Spirit deals increased damage based on travel distance. This was stupid. What'd they change it to? Now, Bone Spirit's critical strike chances increased by 15 to 25%. Oh. Your maximum essence is increased by 2 for each enemy hit for 15 seconds. Okay, that's neat. Anything's better than this thing. That was bad. Torturous Aspect. Previously, enemies affected by your Iron Maiden chance to be stunned. Always thought this was dumb. We even said this on stream one day. We were breaking it down. Like this is a twofold problem. Enemies afflicted by your Iron Maiden, meaning they have to hit you, have a chance to be stunned, meaning they won't hit you. Therefore, why? Anyway, new. What'd they change this to? Iron Maiden is now also a darkness skill. Okay. and deals shadow damage. All right, so that could proc some things in your tree. In your, that's kind of interesting. Enemies afflicted by your Iron Maiden have a 15%. They're still doing the stun. Damn it. Still dumb. Rotting aspect. Chance to spawn additional corpses increased from 30 to 60 to 50 to 100. Okay. Hulking aspect. Chance to reduce Golem's active cooldown increased from 2.5% to 4 to 10. Chance to spawn corpses increased by double. Good. And that's it for Necromancers. That's some cool changes for Necromancers. I mean, Iron Maiden stuff's stupid, but I mean, everything else is pretty cool, honestly. The Bone Spirit changes are really neat. I'm excited to see what comes out of that. All right. Rogue. New items for the Rogue. Beastfall Boots. When you cast an ultimate skill, your next core skill consumes all of your energy and deals 0.5 to 1.5 increased damage per energy consumed. Using a cooldown restores 5 energy. Could be cool. Let's see and wait and find out with that one. That could be really cool, though. Resistant Assailants Aspect. Defensive. Breaking Concealment grants a 10% resist and max resist to all elements for 4 seconds. Killing an enemy reduces concealment's cooldown by 6 to 10 seconds. All right. Killing an elite enemy, by the way. All right. Kind of cool. Maybe shake things up a little bit. Blade Shift. Damage has been increased by 4%. Duration increased from 3 to 4 seconds. All right. Fundamental Invigorating Strike. Vulnerable now applies while you are below 85% energy, up from 75. Okay. Enhanced Caltrops. Previously, things would take 5% multiplicative increased damage for each second they are in Caltrops. Now, enemies in Caltrops take 10% increased damage from you, increased by 5% each second. Pretty cool. Rain of Arrows. Cast time has been reduced by 15%. You're going to pop that out real quick now. First wave of arrows now hits closer to the player. Interesting. Cold Imbuement. The chill amount has been increased by 5% per rank up to 2.5%. Cool. We're going to lock down Echo of Lilith a little bit quicker now. Blended Cold Imbuement. Removed the critical strike requirement and increased the lucky hit chance from 20 to 35%. Okay. Mixed Poison. Previously, lucky hit 30% to double the amount of poison. Now, poison imbuement skills have a 30% chance to reduce poison imbuement's cooldown. That's pretty cool, actually. Forceful Arrow. Vulnerable duration increased from 3 to 5 seconds. Enhanced Pen Shot. Ooh, what do we have here? Penetrating Shot used to deal 10% increased damage per enemy it pierces. Now, Penetrating Shot has a 10% increased crit strike chance. Penetrating Shot damages at least 3 enemies, gain 10% crit strike chance for 5 seconds. I like it. Improved Pen Shot. What do we got here? Previously, if you damage at least 3 enemies, your next Pen Shot has a 20% chance increased crit strike chance. Now, Pen Shot deals an additional 10% multiplicative increased damage per enemy it hits. Ooh. That could be really cool. Even more crowd control or crowd clearing. I like that. Passives. Close quarter combat. Amount of damage versus crowd controlled bonus conversion percent reduced from 40 to 10. Attack speed increased from 10 to 15. All right. I never use close quarter combat, so I don't really know too much about that. Precision. This has got some big changes here. What we got? So previously, critical strike with marksman skills granted you precision. You gain 4% multiplicative crit strike damage per stack of precision up to a maximum of 20%. When you reach maximum precision, your next marksmanship skill is guaranteed to critically strike and deal 40% multiplicative increased crit strike damage and consume all stacks of precision. Now, each marksman skill cast grants 1 stack of precision or 2 if it is critically struck. When you reach 6 stacks, your next marksman's core or ultimate skill is a guaranteed crit strike that deals 50% multiplicative increased crit strike damage, consuming all stacks of precision. This damage is further increased by an amount equal to 15% multiplicative of your, or times 15% of your critical strike damage bonus. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good change. It's actually kind of a big change. We'll see, though, if people will start to use it. Chilling weight. Previously, chilled enemies had their movement speed reduced 10, 20, 30. Now, they have their movement speed reduced by up to 10, 20, 30. And you gain 5, 10, 15% increased chill effect. Make them cold, boys. Make them cold. Concussive. What do we got here? Previously, you would knock down an enemy and gain 4% crit strike chance against them for 4 seconds. Now, if you knock back and knock down an enemy, you gain 4% crit strike chance for 4 seconds. Wait, what? Oh, right. So, used to, you would only get that crit strike bonus against the things that you knock down, not everything around you. So now it's like when you knock down an enemy, you just get a flat crit. That's really good. That's useful. Before it was useless. Paragon, Leirana's Instinct. When inner sight's gauge becomes full, you gain a 100% dodge chance for 1.5 seconds. New. When inner sight gauge becomes full, you gain 100% dodge chance for 2 seconds. Your next 3 core skills deal an additional damage equal to 20% multiplicative of your core damage bonus. That could be good. That dodge chance needs to be like 4 seconds, though. Like, seriously, you could bump that up. Well, I don't know. When your inner sight gauge becomes full, that could happen back to back to back. So maybe 2 seconds is a good thing. Item updates. Uh-oh. I see Twisting Blades or... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What has the day of reckoning come? Blade Dancer's Aspect. The orbiting blades can now hit enemies 2 times. Each enemy 2 times, reduced from 3. This change was made to properly match the visuals of 2 rotations around the player. Previously, Twisting Blades orbit, dealing 10 to 15% of Twisting Blades return damage per hit based on the distance the blades return. The orbit damage increased to 20 to 30% of the normal damage. Now, Twisting Blades orbit for a short time after they return to you, dealing 20 to 30% of Twisting Blades return damage per hit. All right. I mean, nothing about poison imbuement, though, so... Okay. Aspect of Stolen Vigor. Previously, each stack of Momentum key passive heals you for 0.04 to 0.08. Now it heals you and gives you damage reduction, 5%. Okay. Icy Alchemist. Let's just read it. Previously, Lucky Hit would be damaging a chilled or frozen enemy with a shadow-imbued skill, has a 75% chance to release an explosion that deals 0.3 to 0.48 cold damage to the target and surrounding enemies, chilling them for 25%. Now, shadow-imbued skills have a 75% chance to release an explosion that deals 0.3 to 0.48. Okay. They're already chilled or frozen. Increase the damage by 100%. That's good. That's a good change. Toxic Alchemist. What we got here? Damaging a poisoned enemy with a shadow-imbued skill has a 75% chance to create a toxic explosion that applies 0.15 to 0.2 poisoning damage over 5 seconds. Now, shadow-imbued skills have a 75% chance to create a toxic explosion that applies 0.2 to 0.3 poisoning damage over 5 seconds to the target and the surrounding enemies. The enemy has already been poisoned. Increase this damage by 100%. Okay? That's just damage increase. Pretty good. Wind Force. What do we do? Lucky hit chance has been increased by 10%. That's it? Man. Sky Hunter. I mean, that's something. It's not bad. Inherent affix change from damage to distant enemies to crit strike damage. Critical strike damage affix value increased by 100%. Roughly 100%. This does not apply to the inherent crit strike damage affix. Previously, the first direct damage you dealt to an enemy was a crit strike. If you have maximum stacks of precision, key passive, when you cast the skill, you gain 20 to 30 energy. Sorry. Now, the first direct damage you deal is a guaranteed crit when you consume precision. That skill gains a multiplicative 10 to 30% increased crit strike damage, and you gain 20 to 40 energy. Okay, so that's a pretty big change. Eagle Horn. Previously, penetrating shot had a 30 to 80% chance to fire an arrow that bounced off the walls. It was kind of eh. Now, penetrating shot makes enemies vulnerable for 3 seconds. Every fourth cast bounces off walls and scenery and deals 20 to 40%. Okay. Moving on to Sorks, because that was kind of lackluster on rogues, to be honest. Some cool changes, but I don't know. Let's see what Sorks got. Let's just keep it going. New items. Starfall Coronet. Meteor now has 2 charges. 2 charges. And a 11 to 6 second charge cooldown instead of a mana cost. Really? And it drops 3 additional meteors around the target. Meteor's enchantment effect. An enhanced meteor drop 1 Okay, so this will no longer just chew through your mana, so you can use mana for other things. Oh, man, this could be cool. This could be really cool. Aspect of Shredding Blades is offensive. Ice Blades' chance to apply vulnerable is increased by 20%, and the vulnerable duration increased by 4 seconds. Okay, cool. Skills, Ball Lightning. Oh, boy. Enhanced Ball Lightning change to have its attack rate increased with attack speed up 25%. Okay. Blizzard Mage's Blizzard condition to be cast while over 50 mana has been removed. Lightning Spear. This is a big one. Lightning Spear can now, if it crits, gives vulnerability for 3 seconds. Just more sources of vulnerability. This is a good thing. They changed some of their Paragon up. Searing Heat fixed an issue where the critical strike bonus was not properly applying. Critical strike bonus increased 10 to 12. Okay. Elemental Summoner. Conjuration damage bonus increased from 3 to 5 of the total amount of your bonus damage with fire, lightning, and cold. And then we have Burning Instinct. Amount of intelligence required to gain 1% bonus burning damage reduced from 75 to 25. Okay. Could be good. Item updates. Offensive aspect of Shattered Stars. Meteorite damage has been changed to be 20 to 30% of the cast of Meteor's damage. Staff of Liam Neeson. Increased charge bolt chance to be attracted to enemies from 30 to 50% to 40 to 60. Okay. And Ice Heart. Chance to unleash a Frost Nova when enemies die has been increased 11 to 20% to 21 to 30%. Oh, yeah. That's a big change. All right, that's it for the class changes. They were pretty good. I'm most excited, obviously, for Barb, but, we'll keep it going. We're like roughly halfway done with this. I mean, we'll see. Gameplay. New dungeon rotation for the season of the Construct. So, now with this, I did see a tweet earlier from Pez Radar. We have it pinned here. Wanted to talk about some of the questions over the weekend regarding Nightmare Dungeon rotation and where players can obtain new uniques in the season of Construct with some clarification. So basically, this gameplay portion, I'm just gonna leave this up here. This is World Tier 3. We're interested in the World Tier 4 stuff, so let's just do a quick glance over what dungeons are in rotation here. We got Dead Man's Dredge, cool. Korjagon Barracks, okay. Mercy's Reach, I don't really quite remember that one. Rhyme Scar, okay. Akon's Grass, Bastion of Faith, Blind Burrows, Faithless Shrine, Goa Ruins, yep. Light's Refuge, that's an okay. I just personally like Light's Refuge. I don't think it's great, though. Moggin's Works, I think is okay. Serpent's Lair, don't really know. Collapse Fault, didn't like it. Don't like the Deserted Underpass. Don't like Prison of Chaldeum. Shivta Ruins, don't know. Tomb of the Saints, don't quite remember that one. Ulders, ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. We got Shari Sanctum. We got Alderwood, that's good. We can farm Beast Bones there. Path of the Blind. Yeah, I mean, there's some decent dungeons here. You're always going to have some decent dungeons here, so. Oh, also, Boss Ladder Drop Table. All new uniques for Season 3 will be available in the Beast in the Ice Drop Table Season 3. So we're going to... They noticed no one liked Beast in the Ice, so they're like, you know what? Let's make them love it. See how that works. World Boss Drop Updates. Let's see what we got here. The increased cap for item power on drops from World Bosses has been adjusted. Previously, it was plus 100 to minimum, and now it's plus 100 to max. New. Player level below 70, you get 785 to 885, and player level 91 to 100 is 890 to 925. So, good. You can't just, like, cheese it, right? Because before, you would get, like, high-level stuff that you could equip at a lower level. It is what it is. It's fine. Okay, what we got here? In-game activities. Helltide will now be active every hour with a 5-minute gap in between. This is good. A lot of people wanted this. So good change, Blizzard. We're going to get more ways to get Distilled Fear, so we can fight that boss no one wants to fight. Purified Sigil reward for completing a Nightmare dungeon will now always grant a Sigil 1 tier greater than the Nightmare dungeon just completed. That's good. Items. Scroll of Escape will show up as a legendary. Oh my god. Stack limit 20 to 99. This is good. It'll also be sent to you if you miss it. This was a white item in hardcore that you would sometimes miss. I don't even want to think about it. Okay, the chance for Shattered Prisms to drop when defeating an elite monster has been reduced. Scattered Prisms can now be acquired from Legion Event Chest. Really? Okay. The material cap has been increased by a digit. All right. Treasure Goblins spawned while fighting Avarice will now have the same loot potential as a normal encountered Treasure Goblin. So still useless. World Tier 3 and 4 bosses weekly cash can now drop Uber uniques. No. I'm sorry. Misread. That can now drop regular uniques, not Uber uniques. I guess that includes Uber, but, you know, fat chance. The increased cap for item... That's what we just read earlier. The item power ranges for items dropped by in-game bosses such as Rashan and Zir have been decreased for rare and legendary. Unique item power has not been changed. Okay. So, yeah, it just shows like World Tier 3, World Tier 4 range. That's fine. You're still going to get your majority of stuff from Duriel. So, Duriel round 2. Nightmare Dungeon item power scaling has been adjusted to drop higher item power loot. That's a good thing. All monsters above level 144, Nightmare Dungeon 90 plus, are now guaranteed to drop 925 gear. Okay, that's good. 90 plus. Just a little bit scary. Boss Ladder Drop Table Update. All you new uniques for Season 3 will be available at Beast and Ice. Yada yada. We've already seen that. Miscellaneous. Potion count will no longer be reset after dying and being revived by another player. Uber unique items can now be unlocked as transmogs. Hey, look at that. The Greed Shrine effect. Also now will drop additional gold after the effect expires. The amount of gold dropped is determined by how many enemies were killed. Oh. They know. You see that Greed Shrine, you're just like, damn. Anything else? They added WASD. I know a lot of players are excited for that. I'm not so much, but hey, let's go. WASD. Bonuses from keywords such as berserking now also denote whether any associated damage bonus is additive or multiplicative. Thank you. Event timers are now displayed on the world map. The visual effect for being chilled will now visually increase in intensity to denote how close to the chilled character you are to being frozen. Okay, that's good. The default button bindings for mount actions has been adjusted to be more intuitive on controller. Oh boy. Well, that's going to be weird to get used to probably. An additional stash tab has been is now available to be purchased in-game with gold. Now we have 6. Nice. The icons for the Helltide, Chest of Mysteries, and Living Steel have been updated to make them more visually distinctive from the other chest icons. Thank you. The button for confirming gold amount in the trade interface has been changed to your triangle. Okay. We've introduced a new way for players to approach reworking their skill tree. Uh-oh, Blizzard. I see a problem. Spacebar here. Players can now refund whole paths or skill clumps whilst seeing a preview of it all. Okay. Players can now see how many skill points will be refunded to them and how much gold it costs in advance. All right. We got some bug fixes here. What do we got? Some things. Gameplay. What we got? Fix an issue where players' attacks could still be suppressed while outside of the suppressor field. Thank you. That's big. Fixed an issue where the Echo of Lilith could still attack the player after being defeated during the second phase of the encounter. Fix an issue where Umbor aspects could grant large amounts of resources when using crowd-controlled skills. Fix an issue where the Butcher could stand in place if the player stood next to a Resplendent. How dare. Oh boy, here we go. Here's the nerfs. Fixes. Barbarian fixed an issue where the Bonebreaker Legendary Paragon node didn't have a buff indicator. Okay. Fixed an issue where the guaranteed overpower from the Earth Striker aspect could trigger on basic attacks. Oh my god, thank you. You know how many times I lost a free overpower to a basic attack? Feels bad. Fixed an issue where charge cast by Ancients spawned by the aspect of Ancestral Charge did not trigger explosions from the Brawler aspect. All right, that's buff. Fixed an issue where Hoda was dealing more damage than intended due to the bonus from the Violent upgrade, also being applied even if the Furious upgrade was chosen. Oh. Okay, then. Druid. Fixed an issue where the tooltip for Envenom displayed its damage bonus as additive when it was multiplicative. All right. They fixed an issue where Enhanced Ravens wasn't increasing critical strike chance to enemies hit. Fixed an issue where Dire Wolf aspect did not specify that it also made Grizzly Rage function as a werewolf skill. Necromancers fixed an issue where the bonus from the Ring of Starless Skies could get removed when the aspect of Gore Quills was activated. Oof. Fixed an issue where Shadow and Bone Mages did not cast Blizzard when the Coldbringer aspect was equipped. Fixed an issue where Blood Mist could fail to activate while under the effect of the Bandit Smoke Bomb. Ooh. So a moment in need, it's just not there for you. Fixed an issue where the Splintering aspect would scale more than 2x when used on a two-handed weapon. Really? That was a thing? Oof. Well then, I guess we'll see what that's all about. Rogue. Fixed an issue where Tybalt's Will increased the cap for combo points. Oh, man. Fixed an issue where returning Twisting Blades while using the Blade Dancer's aspect were applying full poison Okay, this is big. Hang on a second. This is big. Okay, they fixed an issue where returning Twisting Blades while using the Blade Dancer's aspect were applying full poison imbue damage instead of the expected percentage of damage detailed in the aspect's description. This has been an issue since pre-beta. All these we even have one of ourselves up where we soloed a world boss on what was it? It was a beta weekend where you got a Shavas tier. I decided, you know what? We're playing hardcore. We're gonna go get this done. And we did a solo run of a Shava because of this. Like, it just made it a joke. It really did. The damage you did was insane. So they finally reined it in a little bit here. We'll see if it's still really strong, but maybe they did it. Maybe they did it. It's been an issue forever. Fix an issue where the Paragon Glyph Snare did not benefit Smoke Grenade when it's considered a trap skill. Okay. Fix an issue where Gorger enemies could still target rogue players under the effect of concealment with their stun attack. Whew. Sorks. Whoa, I see ball lightning already. Okay, Sorceress. They fixed an issue where various powers and effects that are granted by evading, such as the unique powers of Isu's Heirloom and Flicker Step, did not properly work when using the teleport enchantment. Okay, we ran into that issue. We know what that's all about. Fixed an issue where the bonus evade charges granted by the Oculus didn't increase when upgrading the weapon at the blacksmith. Fixed an issue where ball lightning was dealing far too much damage than intended. Ball lightning was dealing an unintended amount of damage because of its enhanced upgrade. This bug fix returns the amount of damage done by this skill to intended quantities. Fix an issue where static surge legendary node would trigger from automatic cast of skills such as chain lightning. Fix an issue where ice spikes would instantly explode when casting deep freeze. Fix an issue where the protection passive did not take into account any bonuses. Okay. UI and user experience. What do we got here? Fix an issue with the season journey and hover hovering aspects. Yada, yada, yada. Fix an issue where the minimap icon for indicating the stash has new items only displayed when close to the stash tab. Okay. Fix an issue where pressing X or square would confirm the salve. Ooh. Wow. People accidentally salvaging things on controller? That feels bad. Fixed various instances where the minimap was inaccurate. Fixed various instances where quest pins or objectives were inaccurate. Quests and dungeons. I'll just let you guys read through this. You can pause it if you want to. There's nothing really super important here, I don't think. Fix an issue where progression could be blocked in Ulder's Cave if all enemies were killed before destroying the second barricade. Oh my god. Not much left. Miscellaneous. Fix an issue where upgrading a damaged item at the blacksmith would need a space here. Further lower the item's durability. Ooh. Various stability, visual, and performance improvements. Woo, that was a mouthful. That's a long little video here. It's like an hour. Regardless, I hope you're excited for Season 3 like I am. We're going to be kicking off the season with a charge barb on Twitch. We're going to be doing an extended long stream tomorrow and possibly further into the week. We'll see. I don't really want to go super hard on Season 3 and be done with it in, 2 months like I was Season 2, but we'll see what happens. I'm really excited for Season 3. Really excited to see those barb changes in particular. The charge, real hyped up for that. But if you would like to join us for Season 3, link down below in the description. Check it out. If you enjoyed the video, if you like the way my voice sounds sometimes, drop me a like and a subscribe. I would appreciate that. We're going to get on out of here. We're going to get some sleep. It is currently midnight. Season 3 is in like 10 hours, so I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to get prepped up, get ready, and we'll see you on the next one. Y'all be good.